The Justice Department is calling for an independent investigation into the collapse of cryptocurrency exchange FTX.
The company declared bankruptcy last month amid an $8 billion shortfall. The new FTX CEO, John J. Ray III, is pursuing an internal investigation into the company's downfall. But of course, the Justice Department argues that a separate investigation is still needed to accomplish a, quote, true neutral probe. FTX has not responded to a request for comment from CBS News.
For more on this, let's bring in CBS News legal contributor Keir Dougall. Keir, good to see you, my friend. So what could an independent investigation from the DOJ potentially accomplish that an internal investigation cannot? And let's remember that there's a judge in Delaware that has appointed this investigator. And all that has to line up, Keir, the investigator's findings, the DOJ, and the SEC before they move forward. Do I have that right?
So let me answer the first question, Vlad. What will this examiner bring? And the answer is trust through independence and transparency. Okay, so the big question here, as you mentioned, is there's a big loss, or one of the questions is, there's a big loss. Will the investors see any money at all? And if so, how much will they get? That's an important question, but it's not the really big question. The big question here is the one that's presented by this request for an independent examiner in the first place, which is, on the one hand, is this just an unsuccessful business where Mr. Bankman-Fried and his crew came up with a business strategy that just failed, that was not the right strategy for this time and place in the market, on the one hand, or on the other hand, was this a successful fraud, one of perhaps the largest in history, with losses potentially going above $8 or $10 billion. And so getting the answer to that question right, getting the right answer is critical here, because the current players in this bankruptcy drama, Mr. Ray, who you mentioned, now managing the companies, one of his principal obligations is to the company entities themselves. Can they continue to run? The other major player right now in the drama are the creditors. Their principal interest is maximizing however much money they can get. But the big question, was this just a failed business or is this a fraud, is important to the markets, it's important to the economy, it's important to Congress and to the regulators, and so that we can make sure this never happens again, or there are more guardrails in place to prevent it from happening again, and we need an independent look, which this examiner will bring, among others. I expect prosecutors will be looking at this, and other agencies as well. But inside the bankruptcy process, that's what this examiner will bring.
You know, over the weekend, I was reading that the Coinbase CEO was saying, no, this was not an accounting error, this was stealing. Bankman-Fried has been blaming the company's collapse on his own ineptitude. Does this have any kind of impact, the fact that he acknowledged that, you know, his failures led to the collapse? Does that have an impact on the DOJ investigation? Is there still room there for him to wiggle as whoops?
Yeah.
Look, so his lawyer, in the reporting I've seen, his lawyers gave him the advice that I would have given him if I were representing him, which is to keep his mouth shut, because regulators and prosecutors will go to town with statements like that. And so, you know, I've heard him say variations of, I screwed up, it was a mistake, I screwed up, blah, blah, blah. The question's going to be, did he screw up because this was just a failed business strategy, or did he screw up because he got caught? And so, the examiner, the prosecutors are going to go through, all the texts, all the TikTok, Instagram, however these people were communicating, all of this stuff, documents, and they're going to see, was this just a mistake? Or did the fact that, as I understand, the customer agreement, people who put money in this thing were promised that their money would be used and treated as though they were still the owners, and not lent out to some other, related hedge fund to shore up their losses. In some of the reporting that I've read, there was some secret, some concealment in the way the accounting software was set up so that they could hide where the money was. Well, why do you do that if it's just a mistake? If you're so these are the questions that the examiner, that the prosecutors, that regulators, and ultimately Congress and the rest of the public are going to want to have the correct answer to, so that we can avoid this from ever happening again.
So, Keir, if it moves forward, how long could an investigation of this nature take?
Yeah, look, it's not like a TV show. It's not like one of the great Cops and Roberts shows that we see on this network and other networks that, where you get the problem at the beginning of the hour and, it's all wrapped up at the end of the hour. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be months, perhaps years. I would draw the example to the Theranos, to Elizabeth Holmes, who was recently sentenced to 11 years or a little more than that. She mounted effectively the same defense, which was, mistakes were happened and it wasn't me. But, the investigation, the prosecution resulted in her conviction and a very lengthy prison sentence. But it took a couple of years. Yeah. So that's the expectation that I think our viewers ought to have.
Well, especially with all those communications to the platforms that you mentioned, Keir.
It keeps talking.
I would add Telegram and Reddit and WhatsApp. There's a lot to evaluate there. Keir, thank you so much.
Thank you.